All right, guys, it's that time of the month again where we go through what bottles we got for the month of September. We got 15 bottles here, not looking too shabby. You won't want to miss this. All right, in our first bottle here, we got the Cacatan Creek Rye Whiskey, coming in at 46% alcohol or 92 proof. I actually tried this one at the ABC store. They had a tasting, a rep out there that was giving out samples of this one, the hot honey, and the normal rye that's I think is around 80 proof. I gave them all a shot and I actually really enjoyed this one. And Virginia ABC for the month of September actually had 20% off on all Virginia-made liquors and whiskeys and stuff like that. So I was able to get this one for a pretty good bargain, especially since I already tried it. I knew it was already good. So I wanted to pick it up, bring it home, and kind of support the Virginia distilleries. Excited to have this one and add it to the shelf here. Our second bottle here is a Maker's Mark 46 French Oak Cask Strength. Now I heard that if you're into Maker's Marks and you like the French Oak, which I definitely do, definitely try cask strengths. Definitely worth it for the price point. I think one of the best bargains out there. My local ABC didn't really have this on the shelves. However, I did see the label for it there, but it was just a normal 46 French Oak. I went back and asked them, hey, is this actually the cask strength or do you guys have that in back? They realized they put the wrong bottle there on the shelf. They pulled out the cask strength. And right there, I decided to pick it up just because it's one that I've always really wanted to try, and it's just a staple now that we have it on the shelf. Since picking this one up, I've been going to it quite often now. Our next bottle here is one that we are familiar with. It's a Jack Daniel's Barrel Strength Barrel Proof Rye. This one's coming in at 136.8 proof or 68.4% alcohol. I do have a few of these already, and I absolutely are in love with them. Definitely one of the best bangs for the bucks you can get for $70, and definitely one of the best tasting ryes out there, especially if you're kind of new into rye and you kind of want to check out some ryes. I highly recommend this one. Definitely worth it for the money. You can't go wrong with this one. Every single one that I've tried has been absolutely amazing. Brown sugar, caramel, oaky goodness. Tried a few ounces out of this one as well. This one, unfortunately, even though it's a higher proof 136.8, I thought it would be more punchy there in the flavors and the notes. However, there is a tannic and mouth drying note on this one, especially at the end there. So this one, unfortunately, is not the best one I got. The 131, 132 that I have are a little bit better than this one just because of that tannic note that I'm just not a fan of. Still a good rye whiskey, still worth it for the money. We'll continue to be picking up more of these just because they're that good and they're that worth it. Our next bottle here is one of my favorites. It's the John J. Bowman Single Barrel. Now, you can't really find these on the Virginia ABC shelves that often, but when you do, you gotta pick up a bottle. I recently just killed the only bottle I had of this, so now I have a backup and finally was able to replace that. A lot of people are saying this, but if you can't find Blanton's or you want something that's a little different or an alternative to that, definitely recommend the John J. Bowman Single Barrel. There are single barrels, so they'll all be a little different, but every single one that I've tried so far has been absolutely amazing. Some better than others, but yeah, highly recommend this one, especially for the price, coming at around $65 there. All right, this next bottle here I've been hunting for a while and I finally found it. It is a Four Roses Single Barrel Strength. This one here is coming at 106 proof or 53%, and it's from tier number 1. So not tier 6, you're not getting that 120 or above percent alcohol. You are getting a good amount of 106, and it's my first one, so I just had to pick it up when I saw it. The recipe here is OBSF. It's aged 11 years and 1 month, and it's 60% corn, 35% rye, and 5% malted barley. And the tasting notes here, it says for OBSF is mint, fruity, spicy, and full body. Excited to pick this one up, and we'll be trying here very, very soon. All right, to go along that, once I saw this on the shelves, I knew I had to get it as well. This is the Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit Single Barrel here. This is actually from the Camp Nelson Warehouse F. So I knew once I saw the Camp Nelson there, I had to pick it up. For those of you that don't know, the Camp Nelson Rick House is renowned for giving out some of the best whiskeys that Wild Turkey makes. So when I found a single barrel from there, from Wild Turkey, I just had to pick it up. This one here is coming in at 50.5% alcohol, 101 proof. I assume they all are like that. And yeah, Rick House number 25 here. So again, I haven't tried this one yet, but I'm starting to become a bigger fan of Wild Turkey, and I'm going to be giving this Kentucky Spirit a shot here. They are replacing this with just the Wild Turkey single barrels. But yeah, adding this one to the collection and to the selection, we'll be giving a shot here. Similar to that, we did find a Russell's Reserve private barrel selection here. This one here is coming from the Tyrone warehouse, Tyrone F it says here, and it's from floor 4. And it gives all the details here on the back of the bottle really. It's 8 years old here and it's coming in at 55% alcohol or 110 proof. I heard a lot of good things. The Camp Nelson one, again, is the one to get for the Russell's Reserve. However, I've never had one of these before, and so I just had to pick it up. It's coming from floor 4, which I think is the middle floor. I think it goes all the way up to 6 floors at the Wild Turkey Russell's Reserve Rick Houses. This one is also selected by ABC, and just like all the bottles here, can't wait to give this one a shot. All right. Our next bottle here is a staple that I usually pick up. That is our good old and trusted Eagle Rare here. Now, I do have a few of these bottles, but I have to pick one up. As the holiday season is coming up, I plan to be giving a lot of these Eagle Rares out to people that are newer into whiskey and bourbon and that want to give it a shot. And for the MSRP of around $44 here in Virginia, it's hard to pass up an Eagle Rare when it's just that good. But you are seeing these a lot more on the shelves here in Virginia with the new drop system, so I probably will be passing up on a few of these here and there just because I have a bunch of them already and don't need that much Eagle Rare. All right, this next one here is one that I've heard about and always wanted to try and pick up. It's the Widow Jane Decadence, coming at 45.5% alcohol or 91 proof. And this one here is one that, you hear there's a lot of maple syrup, it's extra sweet, it's not that good. It ruins whiskey. Only buy this one if you're into maple syrup or heavy breakfast. However, I tried this one. A lot of my friends tried this one. A lot of my friends that like whiskey also tried it. And we don't think it's that sweet at all. We think it's the perfect level there, especially for beginners. If you like Rio and Barana, definitely anything sweeter, pick this one up. It's definitely a little bit sweeter than your average whiskey, but I think it's perfect. And you have to know going in it and tasting it that it is finished in those maple barrels there. It might be a little bit sweeter. And once you kind of prepare your mind for that, you realize that it's really not that sweet. And it's really good actually for the price and for what it is. Definitely not overfinished at all. Really enjoy this one, and a lot of my friends really enjoy this one as well. All right, this next bottle here is one that I've been getting into. It's a Sagamore Spirit Barrel Select here, coming in at 110 proof, 55% alcohol. Again, selected by Virginia ABC. They had a single barrel drop at most of the ABC stores, and I was able to pick this one up. I don't have a Sagamore yet. However, I want to get into it. I know it's in Maryland, just probably like an hour or so drive from me right now. I hear a lot of good things about Sagamore, so I'm trying to get into it a little bit more here. This is my first venture into that. Haven't opened it up yet, but excited to give this one a shot. If this one's good, I'm gonna be buying a lot more Sagamore, the double oak, the cast strength, ball and bond, you name it. I'm ready to try this one and get into Sagamore. Going along with that, actually, it's another Sagamore here. I could not pass this one up when I saw it for sale. It's a Sagamore 9-year-old rye whiskey, coming in at 112.6 proof or 56.3% alcohol, and says here aged for 9 years in new charred oak barrels. Batch number 1A. This is a new release from them and kind of a limited release that they dropped a lot in Maryland. Sold out pretty quickly there. And actually, I found this one in DC at a store. They were actually doing a sale on that. Can you believe? They were actually selling this one for, I believe it was around $70 or $65. I can't remember, somewhere around there. When I saw the sale, I knew I just had to pick it up. The store was a little bit far from me, probably a 25-minute into DC with a bunch of traffic, but absolutely worth it for this one. If the reviews I see on YouTube are true, this is an absolute special bottle to have. And so I will be doing a review on this one very soon here, and we'll be trying this one, but excited to pick this one up and find it, especially for a sale. Who knew they would do that on a new release here that's super hyped up? Just after maybe 2 or 3 months of releasing it, they have a sale on it. And that sale, right when I heard about it, sold in like 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm not surprised about that. Glad I got my hands on a bottle. This next one here I already did a review on. It's the Penelope Rio. As you can see, it's gone even further down since I did that review just a couple days ago. I absolutely love this one. This one is a honey and Barana finish. It's absolutely delicious. I could drink this every single night to end the night. It's that good. It's like a nightcap. Whenever you get that sweet tooth craving, instead of having a piece of candy or making cookies or a brownie or something like that, I'll just take a neat drink of Penelope Rio here. It's that good. And yeah, if you can get your hands on these, I highly recommend it. If you're not super sensitive to something sweet, I highly recommend this one. This one is a party favorite for sure. And all right, and our next bottle here is a recent release from Bardstown. This is the high wheat one. It says here it's aged 6 years, 53% corn, 39% wheat, and a little hard to read here, 8% malted barley, distilled in 2018, so yeah, 6 years old. This is a recent release here. I went out trying to find the Discovery number 12 just because I heard that was amazing, and Virginia ABC's had a recent drop of it. Couldn't find it. Found this high wheat instead, and so it was a good conciliatory prize. Decided to pick it up, but excited to give it a shot since I do usually like wheated whiskeys. Our next one here I did actually get from a local enthusiast, just a little bit above MSRP, and that is actually the Bardstown Series number 12, Discovery Series number 12. A lot of people are looking for this one. This one's highly rated in the Discovery Series, and I really like Discovery's number 11, and the other ones I've tried, Discovery's number 10 and number 8. So I'm super excited to give this one a shot here. We'll be doing a review on this one and the high wheat as well. So look for that one coming soon here. The blend here is 40% 14-year Kentucky, 29% 10-year, 15% 10-year, and 8% 6-year. So pretty old stuff in this bottle, and we'll be giving that one a shot and review here soon. Stick around for that. All right, and our final bottle here to wrap everything up is actually a Stagg coming in right here. This is the batch 23B. Coming in at 127.8 proof or 63.9% alcohol by volume. I do have a few Staggs already. This one I saw in the secondary groups for a pretty good price, and so I had to pick it up there. I really like Stagg, and I really like high proof whiskey, so adding this one to the collection here was a no-brainer for me. Excited to add it to the shelves here. My Buffalo Trace shelf just completely full of that. This is my third Stagg here. looking to collect more, still looking for the 24A and potentially 24B, which I haven't heard if that's being released yet, which I hope it is, just for another bottle for me to hunt. We'll be adding to the collection and doing a review here soon. I actually somehow missed 3 bottles, so we have 3 more bottles here at the end, 2 of them being shelfers and 1 of them being pretty special. First one here is a Benchmark Full Proof at 125 proof or 62.5%. I have a few benchmarks, but I don't have the full proof. I think it's absolutely a steal for what you're getting for the price point there. Coming in at, I believe, around $27 or $28 here at Virginia ABC. I haven't tried this one yet. We'll be cracking it open here soon and comparing against other benchmarks I have behind me on the shelf here. Our next one, another shelfer here. It's a Wild Turkey 101. 101 proof, 50.5% alcohol. I'm shocked I didn't have this one on the shelves. I actually thought I did have this one on the shelves. It was on my list of my collection, but I must have finished that bottle a while back and just didn't keep track of it or buy a backup for that one. So when I realized I didn't have a 101, I went out to the store and was able to easily pick one up here. This one's pretty cheap too. And for the price point again, this is another banger, another steal, making cocktails or mixers or sharing with people. This is one of those go-to bottles that you must have on the shelves for any of those types of occasions. Glad to have this one back here at home. And our last one here is a special bottle. I did end up trading a Shanks 2024 this one, kind of a spare one I had lying around. So didn't pay full price or full secondary for this one, but it is the Russell's Reserve 15 year. Yes, sir. As you can see, I have one sitting on the shelves here that's also unopened, but everyone that I hear talks about this. Every review I see just says that this one's absolutely phenomenal and in the running for Whiskey of the Year. So when I found a bottle and someone willing for me to trade on that, so I wasn't really paying full secondary there, I had to take the bite and I caught myself another Russell's Reserve 15 year. And I don't know, maybe I'll be keeping it for a backup when I eventually run out of the Russell's 15 there, or maybe I'll be trading for another bottle here in the future. I don't know what it has in store for this bottle, and they do say that they're making a bunch of Russell's 15s. I am expecting to run into more Russell's 15s in the future, so there should be plenty of opportunities there to pick another backup if I need to. All right, guys, well, that's it for the September bottle haul. If you enjoyed that, then please don't forget to give a like, comment, subscribe. That helps the channel grow so much. It helps us get to where we want to be and continue making this content, really. I hope all of you guys got what you were looking for in your September bottle hauls. And until then, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.